Hello, my friend. Today I'm going to tell you exactly how I did, or better, I didn't learn how to code. I make this video because from both real life and from YouTube, there is people that is asking me, hey, how did you learn how to code? Do you have a university degree or did you take some course or something? In this video, I'm going to explain everything so you can maybe find some good resources for yourself. First of all, some background. I am an Italian Moroccan guy. I am 30 years old. I don't have at all a background in computer science, in mathematics, in physics, and so forth. I have a bachelor degree on sports science, which is the thing I love. I am a personal trainer, so I'm totally on another planet regarding computer science. Nonetheless, at a certain point, I decided to switch a little bit because I find artificial intelligence, computer science, and all the things regarding computers very enticing. And we live in a world in which technology plays a very, very big role, right? We all agree about that. We spend a lot of times behind our computers, behind our screens, and we don't know anything about their work. Why? This is not, I spend 8 hours a day behind my iPhone and I don't know shit about algorithms and internet and everything. I think that nowadays it is mandatory to have a little of knowledge about programming languages, computers, and how this stuff works. It is the new literacy. To know how computers work nowadays is like back in the days in the Middle Ages, know how to read or write, right? It is a fundamental skill to live, essentially. So yeah, like all the people, I decided to start, and I started from YouTube, like everyone does nowadays. This is free university for all. Now I'm going to give you a clear path, the clear path that I did. So you have definitive tasks. You have a clear vision where you need to go. It is going to be long. Yeah, it is going to be long. It is going to be difficult. Yeah, it is going to be difficult, especially if you're like me, that you don't have a background in computer science. But, and this is an important but, it is going to be feasible. That's the way. You put the hours, you get the output, you get the result. I assure you. I'm not super smart. I'm just a random dude you stumbled upon in the internet. And yeah, this is feasible. I know from the gym life that people what really want is definitive task. Okay, just give me the sets, the reps, and I will do. I don't want to think about anything else. You need a clear vision, a clear path where you need to go to learn this stuff. And that was my problem because I didn't know where to start. I was like going all around, and you know very well that direction is far more important than velocity. So you need to go straight to your target rather than strolling around. Doesn't matter how fast you go. So the goal of this video is to give you a really clear, direct direction. Of course, this is my experience. This is not like written in the stone. It is just what I did. And now I can write pretty solid code. And this is very cool. All right, let's start. First of all, I'm going to show you the person behind my decision to study computer science by myself. And this is NAVAL RAVIKANT. Probably you know already this guy because he's pretty famous in the computer science ecosystem. If you don't, you are really missing something, my friend. And I totally suggest to know this character better because he is really amazing. So I would watch this Joe Rogan Experience podcast, first of all. If something clicks in your brain with this video, well, there is plenty of stuff about Naval Ravikant. There is also a book which is called Navalmanak. This book is for free online and it contains a lot of good stuff. I consider this book liquid gold that you can insert inside your brain. This is amazing. And the most important thing is that Naval Ravikant has skin in the game. Basically, he's a person that is realized in real life, not someone that is getting money from mentorship. He's an Indian dude, made a lot of fortune with startups and computer science, essentially. And he's teaching all the people how to get rich. His most famous tweet is this one. Naval, you see, how to get rich without getting lucky, which is where my title of the video comes from. How to get rich without getting lucky. It is clickbaity, but it is worth it. So I would read this one, try to understand all the points. And then there is also a podcast made by Naval, how to get rich without getting lucky. As you can see, it's very famous, so probably you already know this stuff. Anyway, it was the person that sparked inside me the eagerness to learn about computers and now do the work. With these ideas of leverage, with these ideas of zero cost of reproduction and so forth, you will know by yourself. I'll suggest it. Okay, here in my Twitter, I made myself a little thread in which I explain exactly my path toward computer science. So we start from here, from CS50. So this is, amazingly enough, an Harvard course on computer science, as you can see. Free available, this is Computer Science 50 from Harvard University. Illegal, I would say. And this is very, very well done, let me tell you. As you can see, you have all the lectures. We start from Scratch, which is programming language designed to learn how to code. Then we have the first lecture, which is C. Then we have arrays. Then we have algorithms. Then we have memory. Then we have data structures. And then we go to Python. As you can see, lectures are kind of longish, 2 hours and a half, 2 hours, basically. Then we have other lessons, which are more in depth, but you don't need that initially. So I suggest you to take lessons from 0 to 6. When you'll see all these lessons, you will have a rough understanding if, okay, computer science is something for me, but if you are in my channel, probably you want to learn this stuff very well. And this is thought for beginners. So they are going to give you very easy, comprehensible tools, making parallels with real life, which is the thing you want. The teacher is gorgeous, is amazing, is energetic, is something that really gives you power and willing to go on with your study, and I highly suggest it. This is where I started, and with this course something clicked immediately. Okay, I thought to myself, yeah, this is something I want to do. Now from here we can deepen our hands inside the world of computer science, and we may ask ourselves, so what is a computer? This is another marvelous course from NAND to Tetris that I always suggest in my videos because it's too well done. Of course, totally free. This is gold, another very good source, because in order to understand computers, the best thing is to build them because computers are very complex beasts. And pay attention to the word complex. To explain really well a meaning of a word, we can say the is opposites, and the opposite of complex is independent. Computers are highly interrelated cybernetic creatures. Everything is correlated. You have a lot of chips that are communicating with each other. So the only way around, I think, is to build a computer. Of course, this is going to be a simple computer. Nonetheless, you will play Tetris inside the hardware that you're going to build. So that's mind-boggling. And if you're asking yourself, well, why instructions have to be in binary? Why we work with binary numbers? And you have all these questions. This is the course for you because it will clear everything. You will understand so well what is going on. So here you have everything you need. There is also a book that you can read. And yeah, this is really amazing. So you do CS50, you do this course. All the lessons, by the way, are on YouTube as well from NAND Tetris. As you can see, you have the 2 playlists because this course is separated in 2 parts. You have part 1 and part 2. I personally suggest you in this phase to take the first course initially only, and you're gonna understand binary numbers, negative numbers, and all the jazz. As you can see, there is plenty of lessons, and highly suggest at least this first part of the course. See how long can you go, how long can you understand everything, and reach that level. For example, you don't need to do everything because you will have to write an assembler. Maybe by now you don't know how to code. So of course, difficulty is rising every level. See how far you can go by yourself. Of course, use ChatGPT to help yourself, software engineer basically for free with you. And yeah, this is what I suggest to you. The second part, the course is more complicated. You're dealing already with virtual machines, and this is like the final nail in the coffin regarding all about computer science, because this course is giving you an overall view about computers. You know that computers are made of many levels. We start from single electrons, electricity moving around, and we reach your Facebook application, your YouTube that you're watching now. And there are many levels to understand. Every level is basically a full-fledged university course. So you need a lot of time to understand everything. This course is giving you an overview of everything, and then with these principles, with these ideas, you can decide, okay, I like, I don't know, logic gates design, or I like assembly code, or anything. You have many levels to pick your favorite things. So computer science is basically infinite. You can build as long as you want, you can go down as long as you want in every level. And that's why maybe it's marvelous. That's why I like it, because you never end to study this subject. Okay, so from non-trajectories, now you're saying to yourself, okay, I like this subject, I want to code, I want to write code. I started with Python. Even though now I would start from C. Nonetheless, I'm going to show you what I did. Python is basically a simpler version of a programming language. It is amazing. It is amazing. Contrary to C, which is super complex or complicated. But C is for understanding. C is the real deal, in my opinion, because when you program in Python, you don't really know what is going on underneath the hood, which is what you want to learn, right? So this is the course. It's coming from MIT, which is another top class university, and it's really well done. I really like it. It's a course on Python, as I told you, and as you can see here, you have all the lessons. It's going to explain to you string manipulation, decomposition, abstraction, and so forth, all about the Python language, an intro on what is computation. So it is a very well done course. It's going to give you the tools to start to code, essentially. And yeah, highly suggested. Once you have a rough understanding of what is coding, you need to start to code, right? So you need a place where to write code. Here, the best source I found to learn this stuff is this one, Missing Semester. You go here, as you can see, it is an MIT course as well. For typing code, you have this one, which is Editor's Vim. Okay, you have to watch this so you can understand how to use an editor, a place where programmers write code. And then you have another important lesson, which is the first one. So I would do course overview plus the shell and editors. These 2 lessons. I also have in my channel some videos in which I explain Vim, easy peasy Vim, which is a super easy introduction to the use of Vim, and also another video of the command line. So basically you can watch these 2 videos, or these 2 course review, the shell and editor Vim. They are more in depth, of course. I made 2 videos for extremely beginners, people like my grandma and so forth. And yeah, so you have the tools to work. Now you know pretty well, you understand what is coding, what is a program, and what you can do with the computer. Now it's time for iterations. It's time to practice. Here, a good website is, of course, codewars, Achieve Mastery Through Challenge. And basically here you have a series of challenges, a series of functions that you have to resolve in order to understand some coding ideas. And here is where your progress is gonna be boosted a lot. Now let's log in. So I'm gonna log in with my, now it's a lot of time. I'm not doing anything because I'm doing real projects, but this is a very well done website. This is a very well done. You can choose for a specific problem. For example, I don't know, this one in C. You can see you have all the languages. You can see here you have task. You have to remove all consecutive words from a string, leaving only first words entries. And then you write your code. This is a very marvelous tool to sharpen your coding skill. Highly suggested, especially in the beginning. Try to have the maximum repetitions, because that's the only way you really learn. You need to make a repetition, make a mistake, because you will. Get the feedback, repeat. Exercise, mistake, feedback, repeat. You need to maximize this feedback loop of mistake, feedback, repetition, mistake, feedback, repetition. You need to increase as maximum as possible this loop. Think about that. You want to learn to surf. What is the best thing to do? Well, to take as maximum waves as possible, right? It is far better to go on an artificial pool in which you have fake waves every other second, for example. Every second you have a wave, rather than waiting into the sea, natural waves. There will be like 10 minutes of time that is passing between each wave, so you're wasting a lot of time just waiting. Here is like an artificial swimming pool. You get as maximum as possible waves, as much as you can withstand, and you can perform a lot of repetitions. You take a wave, you fall, and you back up, another wave, and so on, and so on, and so on. This is a virtuous website. Suggested. So now you are pretty good with Python. To get the real coding deal, as I told you, you need to move a little down the ladder of abstraction. As you can see here, Python is written in C. Now probably you don't understand what it means, but when we write a Python program, substantially, the program is executed by the Python interpreter, which is a program which is written in C. So all Python is substantially a syntactic sugar version of C. What happens underneath the hood is always the same thing, but Python is thought for people. It's amazing because in a few lines you can get what you want. For productivity, it's top, but it's not as fast as C. You can watch, for example, videos like Python versus C. It's much faster. Much faster. Just watch a video like that and you will understand the difference between Python and C. There is a trade-off always. The easier the language, the slower the program. C, it's basically the computer. It's like almost assembly. And C, I repeat to you, allows you to think basically like a computer. If you understand C, if you tame C, the thing that I didn't do still, I'm working on that. I'm working with you with my channel. You basically know everything. You know how computers work and you can do everything with them. So here there is a marvelous video from George Otts, which was an hacker, the best people to learn programming, and I suggest you to watch.
Let me drag you back to programming first. What?
There you come. This is the video, and I suggest you to watch. Here it comes. Here's the video, and this is a long story short. You have assembly, you have C. Assembly is literally the binary code written in a human readable fashion. Basically, it's the lowest possible language that you can have, hence the fastest. Then you have C, then you have Python, and then you have these ones. Just to let you understand the different paradigm of coding, I would do these three languages. So assembly, just to understand the ideas behind assembly. Okay, you don't have to code in assembly, nobody does. Then C, of course, I would profoundly learn this language. That's what I'm trying to convey with my lessons. For example, I made a playlist about the C programming language. I want to really explain in details everything, even in a tedious way, because I want to understand everything myself. Even that explaining things is the best way to learn them. So that's what I'm going to do. And then Python. So these three, and you are a developer. Of course, there is plenty of stuff that you need to learn. There's plenty of languages out there. There's plenty of ideas. But if you know very well C, it's going to be easy vanilla to learn everything else, all the other languages, because basically you're doing the most difficult exercise in the gym. This is the squat of programming. Okay, this is the maximum squat, the maximum bench press, if you know what I'm talking about. But all the other things are like dumbbells. You just curling your biceps with lightweight dumbbells. So this is my suggestions, my friend. So as I told you, you need to learn the C programming language. The best source, I think, is this book, The C Programming Language, written by the creators of the C language. And that's, by the way, what I'm explaining in my series of video, in my playlist. Then, once you have a good understanding of the C programming language, which will never happen. While I'm studying C, I will do parallel this course, which comes from MIT. It's very well done. Performance Engineering of Software Systems. Amazing course. I really enjoyed it. I haven't watched all the video because I'm using my account in which I create stuff. In my other account, everything is red because this is a very good. This is a very good course. I really like it. Of course, this is complicated, but this is stuff that is really leveling you up. You just have to perceive all these computer science deal like a big game. This is stuff that make your character level up. Okay. Then another good course, still from MIT. This is very famous. I think I don't have to tell you, you already know this stuff. Introduction to Algorithms. This guy is really smart, really smart. And you have all the lessons about algorithms. This is how you can do computations, such as you have a very good performance. There's a lot here to unpack. Big boy. So you have to digest really slowly this stuff. So now you can complete Not to Tetris Part 2 because you know everything basically at this point. And now maybe you want to sharpen your understanding of how a computer is made. Here there is another course from MIT, which is computer structures. Essentially here you have very good explanation of everything: binary arithmetic and circuits and so forth, hardware synthesis. This goes deep down into how circuits are made. This builds up from Not to Tetris. If you enjoyed Not to Tetris, you will enjoy even this. At the end of the day, you want to move up from C to C++. And this is, in my opinion, the best course of Found the Line, which is from Stanford, I guess. I don't remember. Probably. Yeah, Stanford. This course is so well done because this guy is so fun. So funny. It's like your friend that is explaining you C++. So highly suggested. And C++ is like C on steroids. That's what it is. Some people think it's a different language, but basically you're C codes can run in C++. It's just much more a bigger C, in my opinion, of course. I wait the comments. Say C++ is not is not C. Anyway, okay, now you have a very good understanding of programming languages, how they work, what is a computer in general, what you can do with a computer. Now you have to understand operating systems. Unfortunately, I haven't found a lot of stuff that I really liked. The best thing I found is this one, which is Computer Science 377. The audio quality is not perfect, but the content. These are poorly edited videos, but in my opinion, the best content online is always made poorly. Let me explain better. When I find someone that is making some lectures, is explaining something, and everything is so fancy, you have a lot of post effects, and you have everything very clean, the image is very professional, it's perfect. You have the good sound, everything. I'm always skeptical because I think in my mind, hey, dude, how much time did you spend on editing this video rather than the content, rather than ideas? For example, a channel that I really like is this one. It's from Andrei Karpathy. He's a genius. Long story short, he's a genius. Andrei Karpathy. Here we come. He used to work at Tesla, and I really enjoy all his tweets and stuff. He makes videos which are very simple. Let's build GPT from scratch in code. Amazing, right? See? And yeah, it is just him in his room with no fancy editing effect, nothing. Just pure distilled content from a genius. That's the hallmark of a good video, in my opinion. This is only what I think, because it is like in real life. When I see someone very well dressed, very well cautious about what he's saying, is very attentive to the perception other people have, I always think, I smell something not good. It is a sort of social engineering. What do you think about that? When you dress very well, you behave in a certain fashion, you're not authentic to yourself. You're just a product of society, or quote unquote the product of society, what society thinks it's the best to be. For example, to elaborate on that, you probably know Vitalik Buterin, which I love. Shirts all the time. It has these strange shirts. You see, as you can see, this is, for me, this is the hallmark of intelligence. A person that really doesn't care at all about your opinion. He is so smart. He has skin in the game. He has created something from scratch, only thanks to his ideas from his brain. And yeah, amazing dude. I love it. Anyway, this was a tangent. So coming back to us, this course is poorly made, poorly edited, but the content is amazing. Very well done. If you want to understand operating systems, of course, this is a lot of stuff. Operating system is an entire world, is an entire full-fledged university course by itself. Okay, basically my thread is finished here, and yeah, follow the white rabbit. This is what I did, my friend. This is what I did. Of course, I haven't watched everything. I haven't done all the videos. I haven't absorbed all the knowledge. I would like to, but that's a lot of stuff. For taking notes, I suggest you to use Notion. That's what I use. If you don't know what it is, this is just a software that is considered by the geeks like a second brain. It's a place where you can write everything. It is going to synchronize with your mobile phone. You're going to have the app. Everything is synchronized. As you can see, I created a page here, computer science. So here you have all your notes coming from all the videos that you're going to watch. For example, here I have CS50, the course I was telling you. Here are all my notes. Here I have arrays, and here you have everything. You're going to basically create a book. I suggest you to write on a digital sort of note-taking system like Notion. Amazing. I think it's free. Notion, let's see if it's still free. Pricing. Okay, it's free. Organization. So you can use this one. It's amazing. And yeah, I highly suggest to you. Now there is also Notion AI. Essentially every program now it's becoming AI way. After ChatGPT, everyone is trying to match up. All right, my friend, that's it for this video. I hope you find it interesting, and I would like to thank you, because every day I get basically 40 to 50 hours of watch time, which is bananas. This channel initially was born just to learn myself coding, because explaining concepts is the best way to learn this concept. So I said to myself, okay, I'm gonna do a YouTube channel in which I'm gonna explain my programs. In this way, I can really understand what I'm doing. Eventually, a lot of people, more than 300, for me it's a lot of people. Of course, this is nothing compared to big channels, but for me it's a lot. Subscribed, this is bananas. And yeah, guys, thank you very much. I really have no words. By now, I'm not selling snake oil to nobody, but eventually, if this channel blows up, I will try to sell you the worst snake oil on the market, all affiliate links and stuff. Joke. All right, my friend, that's it for this video. Thank you very much. Enjoy.